This would be the copper cent. This would be the newer copper-plated zinc cent, and this would be a clad dime, and this is a clad quarter. And then here I've got some trash that has tricked me into believing they were coins. I have a small aluminum bottle cap here that actually looked like a silver coin when I saw the edge of it and had me going. And then a pull tab with the tab folded inside the circle, which completely fooled me into thinking it was a quarter at about 8 inches. So, for my settings for discriminate, I'm going to set my trigger toggle to discriminate, and I usually will run my discrimination a little above iron, depending on how trashy the area is. If I have very low trash, what I'll do is I'll just run it on all metal and search with just a slight tone, and that will get me the very deep objects and get them located where I would normally probably just pass them over and miss them. As you see, all metal hits on those coins real hard. Anyway, so what I'm going to do here is leave my discrimination setting at about 10, and I usually will run the threshold anywhere from like 1 to maybe 330 or so, depending on, once again, how trashy the area is and how much ground noise there is with mineralization. So that's a good happy setting there. Sensitivity up nice and high, up around 10. Threshold about 1 o'clock. Ground balance just a touch positive, and discrimination at about 10 or so. That's a good nominal spot to start with the modded Cibola. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and show how this, I've got these buried at a depth that will fade out at about, if I raise the coil about 1 inch above target, I lose them. And then I'm going to dig them up, and we're going to do a real world measurement test to see exactly how deep they were with the level of detection I've got here. So we're going to start with the silver dollar. Hopefully you'll be able to hear all this. I can go about 2 inches above that and I lose it. And I can also crank the discrimination all the way up to the end. It has a little bit of a shorter report, but it still hits consistently on every sweep. Half. Quarter. These are all silver. Nickel, 35% nickel. See, that gives a broken sound like a nickel will. So, as you see, it makes it a good idea to dig just about everything that you get a consistent signal on. Silver dime, fine gold bracelet. That one I got to be pretty much on it to hit it. The heavy gold bracelet hits really hard but broken. The nugget hits solid like a coin. Copper pin. I'm going to raise the threshold a bit here up to about 2 o'clock. will lose that at about an inch. Zinc penny goes away at about an inch. Clad dime, I can pretty much get about 3 inches above that before I lose it. 2 inches above it before I lose it. And the clad quarter, I can get a good 2 inches above that before I lose it. And the aluminum bottle top, that maybe hits like a quarter. I can crank the discrimination all the way up to the end, and it still hits just nice and hard like a quarter. And the pull tab with the flag bent inside the circle hits also pretty much like a quarter.